Hello, welcome to another episode of our training lessons. Today we are at the dozer water system, and to be specific, we are at the production house. Today we are going to walk through the dosing of chlorine. Now we are moving from the manual and then we are going digital. So today we take the opportunity to walk you through the installation process. This is our box of the electrical dozer. So again, we are just unpacking the units. So we have the metering pump itself. This is the main component that is going to do the dosing. As well, we have some accessories attached to it. We have the foot valve, and then we also have a non-return valve. This is our mixing tank. And then this is a 100-liter tank, okay? But then it also comes in different sizes. So it depends on the way you are going to do your dosing. If you are dosing more fluid, like actually you do a lot of production, okay, then it may be required that you may need a bigger tank. So this is just a standard, a starting point with what we are going to do. So basically this is a 100-liter tank, which is our mixing tank. And then in this tank we are going to prepare our stock solution. That's the disinfectant. Okay. In this case we are using calcium hypochlorite. So we are going to prepare the calcium hypochlorite in here with our desired concentration that we feel is okay for us to disinfect water navigation process. But then before we go through, I'll just take the opportunity to touch on a few things. We need a power source. This pump uses 5 kilowatts of power. Okay, and then when you look behind this pump, there are two outlets. Okay. The topmost one and then the one underneath. The topmost one picks fluid which is coming from down here into the line in which we are going to dose. Okay, and then the one beneath picks a solution from the stock solution, that is the disinfectant itself. And then we have this nozzle here, that is the adjuster, the flow adjuster. Okay. Alright, so now I will unbox our foot valve and then the non-return valve. So this is the foot valve. Okay, and then when you look into the rubber, I have some nozzles also in my hand. So we are going to walk through the process how to do this arrangement. Yeah, so this is our foot valve. So you unscrew the couple, okay? You take it out. And you are careful you don't lose these nozzles as well. Okay, so I pick our flexible tube, okay? Then I get our nozzle as well. So I will decouple the coupling from the nozzle, the foot valve, sorry. So I can put this one down, then I will take the flexible tube. So first, this goes in this way, okay? Then we bring this nozzle. The smaller parts comes in first. So we put it in like this. So I hope you can see this way. When that is set and done, then we'll fix this nozzle into the tube. Then we attached it, so now it's firmly fixed into the tube. So just like this, it's done. Okay, so now the second stage is that we have to drop this foot valve in our mixing tank. And then place, when we are doing that installation, we should be careful that the foot valve doesn't touch the bottom, okay? Because we are preparing our stock. Definitely there will be some debris because you know chlorine is very volatile. So in order to trap the chlorine, it has to be reacted with certain elements. So when you dissolve this in water, you will get some white chaffs underneath. So the foot valve mustn't enter those chaffs. Other than that, it's going to block it, and then the machine will not operate as expected. So the next thing is that we are going to punch a hole on our mixing tank. Okay, so that is where we are going to fix the tube. Even though we have this opening here, but we don't use that one for the foot valve, the passage. Something just about the size of a screwdriver. Okay. So now we carefully drop our foot valve in there. So it's not the way I want it to run. Because I want the foot valve to be inside, I first drop it, then I will use the hole created to adjust the foot valve. Yes, so like I mentioned earlier on, it must not touch the bottom. Okay, so you can have about some 5 centimeter space between the basement and then the foot valve. Okay, so that's set and done. We fix the other end to the dozer. I go for my couples here. You see. So just like the way it came in the package, you open and you take one. Okay, so we repeat the process again. First the couple goes in, you put the reverse position in first. Okay. To the tube. This way. Okay. Then we pick our nozzles. So the first part, you realize that there are 2 circles. One is smaller, one is big. Okay. So the smaller one goes in first. Just like this. Okay. Then we attach the nozzle. So we put it inside the tube. Okay, so we are done, just like the first one. Okay, this is the position. We move to the next stage. That is, we are attaching the foot valve and the mixing tank to our digital dozer. Okay. And if you care to know, there are some red caps on either side of the diaphragm. This is the diaphragm. This is what actually does the suction. Okay. But because we are protecting it, if you open, you realize that there's a fluid there. Meaning that the diaphragm shouldn't be dry. Okay. So in our operations, we have to take that. Yes, so this is the basement of the diaphragm. Okay, so we fix it to the basement. There are 2 outlets on the diaphragm. One is beneath, one is at the top. Okay. So from the foot valve, we are attaching it to the opening at the bottom. Okay, so you just attach and then you screw. You make sure you screw tightly so that there's no leakages around. Other than that, the machine will not operate as expected. Yes, so now we finish it one part of the exercise. Okay, so now with this setup, we finish picking from the mixing tank to the dozer. So the next step will be from the dozer to our treated water. We have the surface water and the pipe systems. So the surface water, that one, the pipes, there's no pressure. Okay, so that one you just drop it. It depends on the system. Where you have the final treatment from the SSM going into the clear tank, you can do the installation there. You can put the outlets there. And then for us that have the pipe systems, we fix it to a saddle, and then okay. So now we have done setting up the mixing tank, fixing it to our digital dozer. Okay. So the second part is that now we pick the stock solution from our dozer into our treated line. Okay, so at that section there's a pressure build-up in the line, so we provided a pressurized hose. Okay, so I'm going to use that one for that section. Like I mentioned, we have finished setting up from the mixing tank to the chlorine dozer. So now we are going to establish a connection from the chlorine dozer to our treated water. Yeah, so just like we did earlier on, again I take my couple in the reverse position, I put it through the tube. Okay. Then the set of nozzles, I take the first part, it has a smaller circle and a wider one, so I fix it in this way. So you realize that the smaller circle is facing the nozzle, the couple, sorry, and then I attach my nozzle to the end of the tube. Like, okay, so always bear in mind that the smaller circle faces the couple, okay, and then the last component, the third part, which is the nozzle, goes at the end of the tube, the topmost part of our digital dozer. So you take the cap off and then gently you screw the couple to the dozer. This you can do with your hand, so there's no need using a plier to hold it and all that. Yes. Okay. So now we finish setting up it to our dozer. So we're now going to fix the last component, which is our non-return valve. Okay, so this is our non-return valve. So gently I unscrew the couple out of it, being careful that there are nozzles in there to fall. So I just got those nozzles out. So in the same procedure, we'll repeat it. The reverse end of the couple goes in first. Okay. Then the nozzle, the first part, goes in. Always bear in mind that the smaller circle faces the couple. Then as usual, I attach the nozzle to the end of our tube. Okay. So there we go.
Okay.
So now I attach it to the non-return valve. So now our setup is almost complete. Now we have our delivery end. This is where the disinfectant is going to pass out. So we drop this, like I mentioned earlier, the surface system. You drop it in a chamber nearby. But in the case of Adidome water system, we are fixing it at the Asani kit section. So when you open, when you open the Asani kit chamber, you could see the water flow by. Okay, so we'll drop it in there. And then we can cover. Okay, so basically that is the setup.